All right, y'all. So, like I was saying, welcome to chapter 11. So, just to give you kind of idea, you got this week, and then we only have 5 more weeks of coursework, and then we're done. There's gonna be no work on spring break, so you do the math. We're gonna be done early May, like planned. Okay, so that's coming up. Something we look forward to. All right, chapter 11 focuses on Congress. I would make the argument, and I really hope that you see this. Me read between the lines. Everybody should reference Congress, I think, in their projects. For the simple fact, what is the main function of Congress? Yes, the main function of Congress is to make the law. So, regardless of what your topic is, most likely it has to do with a law, right? So, in some case or another, you're gonna have to reference Article 1. Remember, I already talked about how the Constitution should be used in your presentations, right? So let me just go back and say I will argue Congress should be somewhere in there. Now let's break down the assignments. The chapter 11 videos, you don't have any assignments to do for this. Is everybody got that? These are here solely for you to go ahead and review and read, or not review and watch. The reason I like to give y'all the videos is because that's the way I supplement the reading. Does that make sense? The reading is always there, but the videos typically I find a ways to try to find the videos to supplement that. So depending on your learning style, you can go either way. Now, you do have a focus notes assignment that is due. For my online students, it's due on Friday. For my ground students, it's due on Tuesday, because my ground students, you're going to have a Socratic when we come to class Wednesday. I don't want you to be still working on it and you got Socratic on Wednesday. Okay? So for that case there, where's my cursor? Oh, there it is. Click on the assignment. Reading directions, pretty straightforward. You get to pick between either Cornell notes, outline notes, or mind map notes. And you're going to take notes on this presentation right here, which is a PowerPoint that I used to lecture on, talk about Congress. So it just breaks down the function and roles of Congress. Is everybody clear there? So do you have to watch the videos? No, but you do have to make sure you at least go through this presentation to where you get that information, okay? Yeah. If you, what I would do is just honestly just Google Cornell Notes template. Is one there. If you go to Canva, there's some templates already made in Canva for both Mind Map and Cornell. And then outline notes, just use Microsoft Word or Google Docs and just use the little tab, but not the tab button, but the bullet points, and that will help you with the outline. Just hit the tab key to go in and out, and it does it for you. Yeah. That's my fun part. You get it Wednesday. But you know it's gonna deal with Congress. So for the ground students, you have your Socratic seminar. It's going to be Wednesday. You're going to have 20 minutes of prep. I give you the question on Wednesday. But you have 20 minutes to prep. As long as you have good notes, you're going to be fine, though. Okay? All right, the project. That's going to be the big one this week. This is going to be due for everybody a Sunday. Y'all can bring me your hard copies on Monday if you have them. Does that make sense? For this case here, Article 1 is really, really big. Y'all got that? So because Article 1 is so big, I'm breaking up Article 1 based on last names. Now, my ground students, y'all all got numbers. Remember your numbers, right? So look. Where's my cursor? Okay. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Y'all get it, right? Okay, so that's the ones you do for my ground students, okay? Everybody else, from the online students, is based off where your last name is. You go do that one's based off last names. And the whole idea is for you now, you need to know all of Article 1 as far as like this is a general understanding of it. But I do want you to focus on one specific part depending on where you lie. Does that make sense, everybody? And you're only responsible for doing that infographic, okay? Now, for that, you can do it by hand. Like these are some examples of people done by hand. You also can use Canva to do a infographic. They already have templates there. You can fill it in, but it does need to be visual and put it this way. I should be able to, and this is what's going to happen. Okay. I should be able to take my 8th grader or 6th grader, and they should be able to understand your infographic. Does that make sense? Because that's what's going to happen. They're going to be next to me because they're probably done doing their homework, and I'm going to get their feedback, say, do you understand this? If they say yes or no, that's kind of how we judge the grade. In other words, what I'm saying is that I don't want it to be complex. I want to be informative. Does that make sense? So hopefully that helps y'all out. That's due at the end of the week. And then y'all also got a quiz. Quiz will be due Friday. Okay. I want to say it's like 13 questions, but it's just solely based off of the videos and the PowerPoint. Got it? Use whatever notes you have available to you, but that was going to be due on Friday. So the last thing I want to do, because I have a fear about these projects, I just want to go back to it. Your project is going to be due on the 4th, or the date that I have posted in Blackboard. I think online students are a little bit different. I'm going to show, where's my cursor again? There it is. So please hear me on this, and please make changes as you feel is needed. I'm begging you to make changes if you need it. Okay. Number 1, gotta be complete in Canva. It's very easy to say when something is complete in Canva when it's not. Not gonna be up for argument. Complete in Canva. It has to discuss both how it affects your topic affects the United States and Georgia. Is everybody looking in front of me right now understand that? Your conversation has to talk about how it affected both on the federal and state level. Now, when you get to the state level, you can go down to county, the city. That's fine, but I just got to see the local discussion as well. Is everybody clear there? Yes? Okay. It has to be contemporary. In theory, you already got half of it done with the proposal. You make no changes to that. You ever got that? Like, that's done. If you submitted your proposal, I may have told you to make some changes somewhere, maybe make those changes. But otherwise, you already got half the project done, which was done purposely. That means you shouldn't get a 0. Right? I'm trying to make sure no one can fail it. That's number 1. Number 3. The last thing you got to do is do the source comparison. Do exactly as it says here. Like, don't deviate. Do literally source comparison. If you find, now some of y'all might have more than 4 sources. That's fine. You just got to compare them. And you got to discuss that federal and state aspect of your project. This is not a research project. I don't care about you telling me about the project. Say less on that. Give me your argument about how is that important for you as a citizen of the United States, both federally and on the state level. Does that make sense? You are not telling me about gun control. I don't care. I know about gun control. What's your opinion on it? Remember, that was your thesis, right? Topic plus opinion at the very minimum. That's what I want to hear and want to see. My ground students, you know, you're presenting yours in class. I would suggest coming dressed, come like ready to present. Online students, you have to present yours through Canva as a video. You have to actually go through the whole presentation similar to like what I'm doing right now. Is everybody clear there? Because every semester someone doesn't do it and I feel bad because this is worth so much of your grade and then they get teetering on for failing the class. And also with the same idea, if you have a low score, this is how the score grade gets up. By how well you come with your presentation. Does that make sense? Have y'all got any tests? You might get a quiz here or there, right? But you haven't got tests. This is why it's worth so much. I took all those test percentages and threw it here in the final. Because you have so much control over it. Okay? I pray that works. Is everybody good there? I'm just being real, keeping it 100. Spring break, you should be done with your project. You should be working on and be done with your project in spring break. After that, all you're doing is fine-tuning and editing. Does that make sense? If you are on that timeline, you're going to be okay. But when you start working on it, because this is going to happen, you'll start working on it in April. When we come back from break, we only got 3 weeks left. I'm still giving you schoolwork. And then if you go back and look at this, there's a couple weeks where you're doing double. Let me show it to you. Like, there's 2 weeks here you're doing double work because you're doing 2 chapters in one. You're not going to have time. This is being honest. You're not going to have time. So you should really have it knocked out during spring break. I'm not saying you got to be ready to present, but you should have all the slides done. Does that make sense? Then you go back and add color, add video. Your presentation should be no more than 7 minutes. To be closer to that 5-minute mark. Does that make sense? But you can do how you present is up to you, but just make sure you have that argument. I would definitely suggest have it done by April because it's going to become where you're not going to have time. And that is your final. So you got to submit that no matter what. Is there any questions for the betterment of the whole class and group? Nope. Okay. Then that's what you got to do for this week. Okay.